strange and exotic random book review. As I'm precariously perched, so I don't know if you've got like half of my head. I'm like this. I don't know. But we'll work with this. Now, I originally was going to kind of do this as one whole review, but then probably would have gone for like 3 hours. So I'll be grateful I'm doing it this way. So I decided to do it separately. And this is not the one I want to review. Where's the first one? There it is. Might want to finish reading this one first. Okay. The first one I want to review is the one I actually have already finished reading. And it is The Hunger Games. Now, I know 2 of you have maybe not read the book and probably seen the movie and whatever. So, I'm fairly late on the bandwagon, yes I know. And I first heard about this forever ago on Julia Graff's The Third Shift channel here on YouTube during her lit chat. And she likes, post-apocalyptic, young adult genre type of stuff. Which was really not really a genre that I really even thought of. I knew there was one until she mentioned it. So I kind of know her review kind of gave spoilers. So I kind of know what happens in the end, but it doesn't really matter much. And I came across the first chapter for free on Kindle. So I'm like, okay, what the hell, see kind of what it's about. And I actually liked it. It was a pretty impressive first chapter. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to know more. So just sort of put it on the back burner. And then I stumbled across this at the Will for under $2 anyways. I think it was $1. Might even been cheaper than that because of blue tag, I don't know. So I'm like, yeah, cool, now I can actually read the book. But then I'm thinking, well, what are the odds of finding the other books at the Will cheap? So I'm like, well, it was interesting enough to pick up, I'll read it. And I got the other 2 at Walmart for $10 a piece. So, fortunately it's been good. Now this one, for the 2 of you who haven't figured that out, is you first meet Katniss and it actually covers the games themselves. Now I thought, being the Hunger Games, all 3 books would just be dealing with Katniss and Peeta and what they have to do in the arena and the games itself. This is just the first book. They're done with their game, and now there's 2 books of other stuff, which kind of disappoints me. I mean, I kind of would have liked to have known the other contestants, especially Rue, in the arena, and it kind of more dealt with the people and maybe see things from their point of view. And you could have done a trilogy just on the arena section itself. So I'm kind of like, well, do I really want to know about what happens after? But it's kind of neat that it does kind of follow through. Otherwise, okay, well, we won, doo-doo. But now you see an actual impact of what happens when you win or lose, or, how your actions affect everything around you. And it goes, winning means fame and fortune, losing means certain death. The Hunger Games have begun. In the ruins of a place once known as North America, and I doubt very little has changed, because the way the capital is, it's like Hollywood here, I guess, lies the nation of Panem, the shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. The capital is harsh and cruel, and keeps the districts in line by forcing them to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. 16-year-old Katniss Everdeen regards it as a death sentence when she steps forward to take her sister's place in the games. But Katniss has been close to dead before, and survival for her is second nature. Without really meaning to, she becomes a contender, but if she is to win, she'll have to start making choices that weigh survival against humanity and life against love. And the story's pretty interesting, especially her relationship with Peeta. And Gale, I think, is her best friend. Kind of wish you knew more about Gale, too. They're just sort of there, and then he's up in the background, kind of a factor in the story, but you don't really kind of know him. And the characters are pretty decently done, though. You do get to know about Katniss, and it's from her point of view anyway. And I mean, you can kind of see how it's through the eyes of a 16-year-old girl, you know? In the way you have to, the way the world is, it's kind of hard to remember that they are just kids, pretty much. We're just, you know, they're 16, you know? What the hell were you doing at 16? But, it's a very visual book. It's easy to picture the world. It's based enough in reality so you can easily put together how the world is, and you know, there's nothing fancy about it except it almost seems like the capital is like one giant episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Like the colors of the hair and the personalities just larger than life, and it's really kind of funny. So I can really see how they could have easily built a movie on this. So now I guess they're gonna split the final book into 2 movies. Brace yourselves. There. in the swag for it at the top, it looks pretty damn awesome, I have to say. With the bird on fire, and that was a really neat imagery too. I saw like a commercial for the Hunger Games of Katniss being on fire. I'm like, oh, that's what they meant. So maybe once I'm done with the books, I might attempt to watch the movies. I don't know. But so far, the books have been, or the book that I've managed to finish, and I did this in a day and a half. So this is a very quick read, and it's young adult, so it's not that difficult really. But it does keep you, you know, focused and engaged the entire way through. So this was an easy read. And so far, Catching Fire, the next one in the line, is pretty much the same. So I was not disappointed forking out the $10 for the other 2 books. So I was very impressed. I understand the hype. I appreciate the hype. So probably disappointed in the movie, but now I was hoping to find like the pin because I really like the whole girl on fire imagery. So, and this is by Scholastic, which is like, I think they put out those what the heck were those things called? Highlights? Does anybody remember those? So definitely worth it if you like dystopian novels, and they're really intelligently done. They don't treat you like an idiot as you're reading it. They expect you to kind of know what's going on. The political intrigue isn't like over people's heads. So for the young, for the old, for everybody in between, definitely worth a pickup. And it is a trilogy, so there's 3 books. So I'm on the 2nd one now. So I forgot what this was on Amazon. They're fairly cheap now, I guess. They've been out a while now that the movies are out. I don't know. Or at least once the movies die down, they might be cheaper. So definitely read the book, then bother about the movie. Never do it the other way around. So thank you for watching. Do comment down below your opinion on these books, because I'm sure I'm like the last person on the planet to have read them. You remember to rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at the Strange and Exotic. See you next time. Bye.